Good morning. You're muted, Dee Dee. There
Good
you
morning, everybody. I guess I pushed the button too quick in my anxiousness. How is everybody?
Oh, we got to say it's the Aquatic Morning Show where Aquarius go to be in the know at
So
the
here you
Aquatic Morning
are.
Show. And I am not Jess. And this
And
is
neither am
still the
I.
lovely Dee Dee. But you're
Okay.
Dee Dee. So that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, as y'all can see, Jess isn't here today, but she has trusted us with her show, which I don't know if that was a good thing on her part or not, but anyways,
We'll
she
see.
had some personal family member problems to take care of, so we're here to help her out.
Yep. So this will be an interesting show.
Thank you so much, Stephen, because I could not do this without you for
Oh,
sure.
sure. Happy to help. Always happy to help.
I was glad.
So what do we do next? Do we say hello to people who have come into the chat
Yep, we are,
already?
and I don't know how far back you can go, but what I can see is Eduardo is being the first one. Is that you? Did you
But
see
he's
him?
lamenting that he came in second, so I'm guessing that it doesn't show up, but it's probably Mystery Snail Guardians.
It was because it popped up last night. We just set up the stream at 9 something. So she beat everybody again. Good luck there with all that, trying to beat her. But good morning, Eduardo. How are you doing this morning?
Good
And
morning.
sloppy seconds is still okay.
What about
Yeah.
thirds?
And he's thirds. He's determined, that's for sure.
Yep.
And then we have our very special Bex. I hope she's feeling better this morning. And there's our
Yep.
Snoochie Booch. I call him Smoochy Booch, so I've got to have
Snoochie
this saying
Booch.
there. Good morning, Richard.
Yeah, it
Bex.
looks like Bex is doing better. Just waiting to get her energy and strength back now. That's good.
Yeah. Maybe we can
Um,
get her up here one day.
Yeah, she did great streaming with me and Jenna that Tuesday night. So
Yes, she
I
did.
was telling her like now the floodgates are going to open. You're going to be asked to be on a lot of shows coming up. I bet.
Yeah, 'cause she's just a cool lady.
Yep.
And she does some very good content.
Yep.
Snoochie Booch is tired. And there's John from My Fish Tank
John.
Squares. Morning.
We got Canisteo.
Yep. Good morning, David. Or you can scroll faster. Yeah, I guess.
I'm scrolling, but then I'm reading, so I'm getting distracted. See, this is why Jenna is like keeping me on task because then I'll just start reading the chat to myself.
Well, I'm trying to read and talk at the same
Yeah.
time, and it comes in play.
And then that's how you get really behind in chat. Good morning, Shell. Michelle.
I love her new name. And good morning, Atlantis Rattery and Exotics.
Now, that's a name I don't recognize. Maybe you do.
They come in here from time to time.
Okay.
Yep.
Greg's Planet Tanks.
Morning, Greg. Oh, there's Kara C. Good
Kara
morning.
C. And the other Greg, 3G.
Good morning, 3G. He has some beautiful tanks he showed off yesterday, which are always pretty.
Mm-hmm. Then Myrick.
Good morning, Myrick.
And Dennis and Timbo taking it easy. Let's see. Sandy Farrell came in. Sandy Farrell came in. Caged Aquatics, Keith Hanshaw.
Yes. Good morning, Keith. Good morning, Sandy.
And then we got Too Cooley for Schooly.
Too Cooley. That was the coolest name when I first started watching these streams. It's like, how creative was that?
Mm-hmm. David said, doing anything and talking at the same time is a woman's strength. I don't stand a chance. That's right. I can't multitask worth of crap.
Well, I can multitask. It doesn't mean that anything comes out good. So, yes, I can talk, but I don't know what I missed.
Jenna can multitask. I think she's not paying attention to something and she's got it. but she's like reading something at the same time, listening to something. Like how does your brain do that?
Now, as a younger person, yes, I could read a book and listen to a TV show and know what was going on. Not so much anymore. You get tunnel vision as you get older. No, I do. And good
Well, no.
morning, the Nano Aquarium guy. How are you doing this morning?
Nano Aquarium guy, good morning.
And of course, some people are just more capable of doing it. My first mother-in-law could go into 6 different conversations going on around her, like at a little conference or something, and know what everybody was talking about. So it's just because you're nosy.
Oh, I could be in multiple conversations as long as the only thing I have to do is like nod and smile. Yeah.
It's like, hey, good morning, Fish Species.
The streams.
Miss Sandy says she multitasks all the time. I
bet
don't
so.
doubt that a bit. And good morning, Banoski Fishkoto.
Banoski.
Yeah, I think Sandy is probably the real magic in that family.
Sounds like it. I mean, she's modding and parenting, and gotta be a parent to Dave too. I'm sure, just as Jenna has to parent me sometimes.
Sometimes that just never changes.
Yeah.
You get a husband and a grown-up kid, all in the same package. But you can tell him to go to work. You tell them to go to their room.
So Sandy said Fishymon, and I legitimately do not see Fishymon. So
I do not see.
I'm concerned that I actually cannot see Fishymon.
Oh Lord, has it finally happened that we can't see?
Oh, yep. He's gone.
Yes, so yes, we go. Always.
Packages.
Packages are important. Just wait till you get one in the mail, and it's really important.
Oh yeah. And again, I need to, if I have it nearby, I gotta show this awesome towel that I have yet to dirty up with fish tank stuff.
You have to dirty it up. It's
I
not
know.
good until you
the
dirty
same
it.
thing with Jenna. She's got to dirty up her apron though.
Yep. Good morning, Fish Dreams. That is so cool with the green screen. How it makes
Yeah, I
it.
know. Like it's got holes in it.
What color is it really?
It's green.
It is okay.
Yeah, so that's why it shows right through.
I try to use different colors for everybody.
Yeah, very cool.
I like it like that. I wish I could do it like
magical. That. So
magical
how long
towels.
have you been doing embroidery? Did you just start learning that just on a whim?
I'm basically a beginner.
Doesn't look
I got
like
my
it.
machine, and I learned to do a few little things. And then the kid had to come home and learn at home because of the outbreak.
Yeah.
So I had to pack my stuff up. So I'd only worked it for like 2 months. And, that's here and there, not like every day. But so I packed it up, and it has sat packed up since like March of 20 until I got it out like 2 weeks before Christmas. And
that's cool.
So it's like, oh gosh, I don't remember how to do a pattern. I don't remember what I got to do. And it took me, about 15 minutes. Like, oh yeah, you got to do this. And then it just kind of came back.
Like riding a bike. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Of course,
cool.
What I'm doing is not very elaborate. So, but still fun. And I like to do that kind of stuff. I used to do it all by hand.
Wow, it seems like it'd be
cross
tedious
stitch.
to like individual letters, all that thread.
Like when I made these, I'm making some labels for my husband who wants them for his hats and stuff.
Wow, that's cool.
That is a lot of thread changes.
Wow, how long did that take you? Or can you even?
This probably takes about 45 minutes of actual stitching time.
Oh, okay.
But what you do, it tells you load this color. And then it does this, it says, and then it stops. It's like, okay, now load this color. And then you do that. You have to rethread your machine, and that's what you do. And so if you walk away and forget it for 10 minutes, you've added the extra 10 minutes.
Mm.
But sometimes one color might be 17 minutes, which is a long time just to sit there and watch that needle.
Oh, okay.
You should sit there in case if it knots up, but
Yeah.
sometimes you just get tired of sitting there looking at it.
Hmm.
Yes, I am a
Crazy.
fast woman, Eduardo. In that
Fast
sense.
one.
In that sense. And that's why that was just a limited amount because I had bought all these towels and all when I first started. And I used what I had already in my stockpile. And then once they were gone, I couldn't do any more because I didn't have time to go get more.
Mm.
Good morning, Miss Susan.
Susan, do we say hi to Dennis Christensen? I saw him pop in there
No,
for
I
a
didn't.
second.
He slipped in.
Yeah, up above, and then Rico's gonna be lurking.
Well, good morning, Dennis. Oh, and there is Robert snuck in too. They're getting sneaky. Thank you, Miss Sandy. Good morning, Bobby.
Oh yeah, hey Robert. They were up late last night. Shanna did a pop-up stream, and I was more backstage with them, hanging out for a while, and then they went live, and me and Jenna were there for a few minutes. But it's back to work for her this morning. But the school has sort of closed, and they've gone all virtual because there were going to be 20 teachers out today, which that's 20 teachers out of what, like 34 that they have over there. So that's a lot.
It was crazy. Just terrible. And
Yep.
I wish this kid could go back to school, but I can't send her.
Yeah,
It's too dangerous
because
for her.
right, she's immunocompromised.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shame. So she's been out of school for 2 years at this point.
Yeah, she has.
Oof.
It's been 24/7 attached at the hip.
Mm.
It's like there's no family really to leave. It's like it's just all day, all night. And she's spoiled. Oh yeah, see Rico, I don't want to hear it. Because you know how he fusses, I don't want anything, I don't need anything.
Exactly.
And so I honored that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to. I did not want to.
Like, buddy, you either want stuff or you don't. Because I think I'm thinking that next year Jenna's gonna have to up the cookie baking like by a lot.
Well, cookie baking is very expensive, by the way.
Yeah, and it's very time consuming. It
I
takes
spent
her a
several
full
hundred
weekend.
dollars on dough and stuff, flour.
Yeah.
And a bag of like shelled nuts is like $8-10. Yeah, it's cheaper to go buy your cookies. Really, they're just not as good. I love doing it, but I knew the cost from the year before, so I started buying stuff I could. Like every time my husband does all the grocery shopping since I stay home with the kid, and so I said, buy me this, buy me that. So it's not like a $500 grocery bill all at one time.
Right.
That way you sneak it in the back door.
Yeah, she takes the full weekend. I mean, it's like from like morning before I even wake up until past what time she usually goes to bed. She's working on all that. But if she's going to increase the number of cookies she makes, she should probably decrease the variety. She likes to make a whole bunch of different kinds, which I think is also part of the time consumption.
It
Like,
is. Yeah, a lot.
all right, Rico, be careful what you wish for because next Christmas it's going to rain down with packages
Yep,
at
you
your
asked for
house.
it, buddy. That's almost giving
Mhm.
us a go button, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Are
So
you reading it that way?
yeah, exactly. I mean, December, that means like all of his no gift rules are out the window.
Yep.
And so everything that we've held on to for that entire year, we're going to just send it off.
Yep, and it's in writing now.
Yeah.
How about that? You can't take
Mhm.
it back off the StreamYard.
And we're confirming it on camera right now.
Yeah. Now,
So
what I did do this year, Stephen,
mhm.
and it may be something she might consider. I started in November and I made up my cookie dough and I froze it. And every day I made one or two different kinds of batches. And of course, I put a tag so I would know which one it was. And I froze them. And
Yeah.
then I took a whole weekend of doing, but it actually took me 3 days to bake like 35 different varieties. But I didn't have to do anything but bake.
Mhm.
And it's easy to make a batch of cookies a night, and clean up and be done instead of trying to
Yeah.
make it, bake it, cool it, all that kind of stuff. So it
Yeah, I
saves a
think
lot of
she
time.
she does like some of the dough mixing the night before.
Oh, see, I
She
started
would,
in November. That way it'll save you a lot of time.
if I told her freeze her cookie dough, she would be like, "Well, you're gonna have to move some of this fish food out of the freezer then."
Well, we had to buy another freezer.
Yeah,
I
I
confess.
we've been talking about that for a while. Buying a deep freeze. We kind of now we've put racks in like aquarium racks where the deep freeze could have gone. But
Mine's
yeah,
out in
I'm
the
sure.
shed, and it's the upright kind.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, I had to. I didn't have the first year. I made my cookies, baked them, and then froze them. And it takes like 5 tubs to put the same amount of cookies that you can roll up in a Ziploc bag.
yeah.
So just conservative. Well, I see we have Whizzle in this morning. Good morning, my North Carolina friend. And we have Pretty Boy Aquatics. Ricky is in the house. Good morning.
We
Glad to
have
see
what?
he's feeling better.
We have who aquatics?
PB Aquatics.
Oh, pretty boss. Every
I
time
asked
I
him if that
see
stood for peanut butter, and he says no, it's Pretty Boy. So
whenever
he's
I
got the bit of
see
that.
PB aquatics, I think lead, the chemical symbol for lead.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, we say hi to Misfit and Mrs. Terry Lee Mercer. Said she survived the tornadoes last night, only to fall out of bed, and I
Oh,
never do that. Oof.
and good morning, Foxy's Fishes. How are you doing there?
And Select Pet, Kelly Foreman.
And Annette did resurface. I saw that when you came in last night, Annette. We were setting up the stream. Yep, you beat everybody for sure.
Michael says, Rocco and Jess, good morning. You guys feeling okay? You look puffy.
Yeah, it's the pink. And good morning, Jen Yu.
Yeah, I've been texting back and forth with Rocco a little bit. There's some light at the end of the tunnel in terms of like healing up. It's just that nerve pain is really getting to him, and I can imagine like if you just so much as brush a feather across it just feels like excruciating.
It may be something that doesn't dissipate too. Anytime
Well,
they deal with your nerves, it's a 50-50 shot on the other end. That's
yikes.
what happened with my husband and his back surgery. He still has a nerve involved in all that.
But I mean, it's got to get a little bit better over time. It's got to be tolerable. At this point, I'm not
Yes.
sure if he can really like even maneuver around or focus on anything. You've ever had that pain that's so
Mhm.
like tooth pain is another one that's really so excruciating. You cannot think or do anything except focus on that tooth pain.
That's right. It's all focused on one little thing,
Hmm.
and it's just massive. Same thing to me for an earache.
Oh yeah, those bad ear infections. Where you feel like your eardrum is about to burst.
Look, Dennis Christensen. He's a crafty self. He taught himself embroidery to embroider a Revolutionary War leather hunting shirt, and he did a reenactment
Oh,
for the bicentennial. Cool.
oh nice.
Now, Miss Mercer, you know what? You're gonna have to get a soft rug at the end of that bed, girl.
Or a railing.
And Elizabeth and Mike and Heather, they've been packing and stacking.
Yeah. Last night she says she's going to clean out some aquariums and get them ready for the move. So yeah, I think they're moving out of there like in the next couple of days, I believe.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I couldn't imagine trying to move just the few tanks I have.
Oh, I know. Like
I
Jenna's
can't even think of taking that one down. That's all of them.
Yeah, Jenna's been, we've been talking about getting a new house, kind of like part of the 5-year plan. And other than the money for the down payment, all I can think about is this 90-gallon in the bedroom and how it weighs 200 pounds empty. And also, I put it together, so I can't really like guarantee that it's going to stay together when I try to move it again. It's terrifying.
So you might have to buy another 90-gallon once you move, maybe.
Well, yeah, we'll be buying some aquariums for sure. Yeah, I don't know. It seems sturdy. It's made of. I use very thick glass, like thicker than really you need. But
That's
I'm
nice.
gonna have to get some people to help me move it. I'm not gonna trust no movers to
Well,
get it out of there.
if I had to move it, I would slide it onto plywood or something
Hmm.
and carry it with that plywood underneath it so that you didn't put any
Yeah,
pressure anywhere. And then
yeah.
I'd fill it up outside where I went to. But from moving aquariums, I'd rather buy a brand new one and start from the
Oh
than
yeah,
to scoop out all that sand, to scoop everything out when I moved my 55. It seemed like it took 18 times longer to do it because it just went on and on and on and on. And you have to keep working because you got fish in buckets and, you just have to keep going.
oh, I changed the substrate in my 40-gallon one time, and I thought I could just knock that out in an hour or two, but no, that was like an 8-hour ordeal. Because
Well, you remember when I had those worms in my
yeah,
soil?
and you did a complete substrate clean out.
I did it on the 90 and 240s. And I can't remember if I had it in the 55. So, I went from one tank to the next and next. And it was terrible, terrible.
Mm, yeah.
Buy your soil. Don't use it out of your yard.
Mm, but what if those worms were not harmful? Did you like see it do anything to a fish?
Well, what they did was, I had my dirt and then I had my sand cap. They burrow up and they make these tunnels that look like what fire ants do on top of the grass.
Mm,
And that's dirt. And so then that gets into the water. And they had it everywhere. I've got a video in my YouTube that shows one was cute, but 80,000 of them. At one
yeah.
point I couldn't even. I had a intake sponge thing in there while I was doing water change. I couldn't even see it floating in there. That's how dark the water got. So
Wow.
yeah, that I love the idea of those free worms, but it does mess up the water column if there's too much.
Yeah, and it's kind of gross to look at, I guess.
Well, that part wasn't because they would stick their head up and the cribs would
Yep.
come looking for them and they'd go back down. But, eventually you only have a few cribs in there and lots of worms, and worms must have liked it in there. So I had lots of
Yeah. Did we say hi to Ed's Tanks for Therapy?
no, we
Came
have not.
in, and Craig and Papa Shrimp.
And did we say hi to Select Pet?
I don't know. Hi, Select Pet.
I don't remember. And look, there's our friend Kelly Foreman. She is up and about this morning, not
Nice.
working.
Not
Oh,
working. What?
Michael Newland Austin, good morning.
So Susan's saying that the Fish Fam community newsletter is delayed due to her needing short stories. So if you got something to contribute, to email her at slcaquatics@gmail.com.
I'm just going to start working on something. It won't be in time for this one,
Hmm.
but I thought I might dabble at it.
So Select Pet was saying, do you like LRB? He's selling his house, all 300 tanks in stock included. That would, I wonder if he's having trouble finding the right buyer for that.
I think he don't want to move it.
Well,
I think
yeah,
he'd rather just start fresh and build what he needs. After making that beautiful pond, you know.
yeah, I'd be willing to sell the tanks and start fresh. I ain't selling my rainbow fish though.
They going with you.
Oh yeah, they're going with me.
Jenna might have to sit in the back seat with the kids, and the rainbow fish sit up in the tub in the front seat.
Yep, and buckled in and all that.
Yeah. Like, hey, y'all, make sure you put your seatbelts on. I got my babies over here. Hey, good morning, DeFreeze Aquariums, a.k.a. Rob. Yeah, so if anybody has anything to report, get with Miss Susan.
Indeed.
I'm going to try it. Just waiting for everything to settle down with Jess. And
Mm-hmm.
I know people that have been streaming, this is like Why is it bothering you? Look, I've been up since 7 o'clock to make
Me
sure I'm
too.
not late.
Well, I had to wake up and get the kids on the bus, but usually the way my day works is I work from home, so I'll put the kids on the bus, and then me and the dogs will go back to bed for, I don't know, an hour and a half,
Uh-huh.
or whenever the morning show starts. If I And then I've got a meeting usually around that time, which I don't today. But yeah, it's pretty luxurious work from home schedule most of the time, unless I'm working with the team from England, and then all my meetings have to be at like 7 in the morning
Oh, yeah. So
because
it would
they're
be
6 hours or
decent for them.
so. Yeah.
Wow. Good morning, Fish Dynamics. How are you doing? Craig, and you may have already spoken to Craig. I'm sorry. I kind of stopped to
Oh,
talk.
I forget.
And there's Benny Backstrom. And I'm going to say it as Jess did, Ben Backstorm.
Backstorm.
Yeah.
That would be a cool last name too.
Yes. That sounds like a radio DJ. Ben Backstorm coming to you. And good morning, Big Papa Shrimp.
So Dennis Christensen said LRB has a potential buyer. Yeah, if
Oh,
I was gonna sell my stock in my tanks, I would be like vetting the buyers. Like, all right, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with these tanks? Like, are in the fish? Are you gonna keep them how they are? Are you gonna get rid of it? Like, what are you gonna do with this mosh pit? I would never sell the mosh pit though. That's coming with me, tank and all. Like, I can't. I'm not gonna try to set this mosh pit up fresh ever again because it's well seasoned at this point.
how would you move that tank? Would you leave the plants in it? Just drain it down?
Well, if I drain it down, because there's so much floating plant material, I would probably have to take all of the floating plants and put them in a bucket, and then everything that's rooted in the substrate, because I would try to not disturb the substrate whatsoever, because there's some
Dead
crazy
bodies?
stuff down there. Uh, I don't know if there's dead body. Well, I guess at some point, but yeah, that gravel and mulm is essentially aqua soil at this point, so you wouldn't want to stir it up. And I've taken photos and film of the bottom of the aquarium because I can see the bottom. It's on one of those metal stands,
Mm-hmm.
and there is some crazy splotches of like this weird pink bacteria bloom down there. Like, I don't know any of that, what any of that stuff is. All I know is that this tank is doing well, and so I don't disturb any of it.
That's like my old 55 stand. Well, it probably still is that way. You can see from up underneath, and with the brown and the black from the different, rocks and whatnot in there, it looks really cool from the bottom, like an abstract. I said, I should
Hmm.
take a picture of this and put it on the wall. Good
That'd be
morning,
cool.
Craig and Auger.
That's a good idea. Put paper towels over the rooted plants. Fish Stream said that. So yeah, I think what I would probably do is scoop as many of the bigger guppies as I could into a bucket or several buckets, along with a bunch of the floating plants and air stones, and then drain it down. I mean, there's still going to be shrimp and fry and all kinds of stuff down in there, so I wouldn't be able to just like empty the tank, but just drain it down as much as I can. It's just one of those things where when it's time to move aquariums, you got to do just that and not focus on anything else except one aquarium at a time, getting it from one house to another, set up, going, and then the next one. At least that's my theory and my plan whenever that time comes.
And it depends on if you're moving across country or just in another area close by. But yeah,
I
if you're going across country, you can't
I
do it that way. But
No, but I don't even have a plan if I were doing that. I don't know what I would do.
yeah, if I was moving locally, that's what I would do. I would get one done, set
Hmm.
up, and then come back and kind of work on it. Maybe buy, like, if I've got 240s, maybe buy a new 40 and kind of
Hmm.
back
Yeah.
in and have one kind of to rotate, but I couldn't buy extra everything else.
Right.
That would get you kind of started. And good morning, Bunny Viper. My husband
Bunny
and I was
Viper.
watching your video this morning. And good morning, Yellowstone Aquatics. Hello, Yellow. I just like saying that for some reason. It probably gets on their nerves.
Craig said he moved 40 tanks one at a time with 2 inches of water in the tank and fish still in it, and it took forever. I can imagine it took forever.
Yes, that's perseverance right there. 40 tanks.
Well,
I was seeing some fish yesterday that belonged to one of our friends in the chat. Beautiful, beautiful fish and tanks. And they're going to have to start doing some sharing. And yes, Eduardo, I'm talking about you.
oh, where did you see Eduardo's takes? Did he posted a video?
No, he sent them to me. But it's like,
Oh,
man, you should show these.
Eduardo, it's
Like
time to
pictures.
start making content. It's time to start streaming.
Yeah. Put you on blast there, Eduardo.
Yeah. I don't think Eduardo has run out of things to say.
That can't be.
No,
Never.
no.
Good morning, Melvin. And Scotty's Aquatics. Good morning.
Eric Wyrock is working and lurking.
Eric Wyrock works a lot too. He's always working on something.
Yeah.
And good morning, Seth Brittingham.
Mrs. Mercer had to move 20 cats, 4 at a time, 2 hours one way to their new home. You ever heard the term like herding cats?
Wow. Well, you just don't have so many cat carriers.
Yeah.
And you sure can't put them in a plastic bag and move them. Back in the day, we didn't have suitcases. If we went somewhere, we put stuff in a plastic bag and we looked like trash people.
Yep. Every time I'd go spend the night at a friend's house, it would be a grocery store bag full of my clothes and stuff.
One year I even had an egg crate. It's like, oh, this is easy. You can put everything and keeps it, where you can get to it easier. Just carry the egg crate. Our country, y'all. And good morning, Thomas Hines. He's back again. He's been showing up for the last couple of weeks.
Cool.
Glad
Father
you came
Fish.
back.
Father Fish dropped in here, and I missed that. There we go. Up
I'm
here.
way behind.
Yeah. Well, I was at the bottom of chat, but then chat like jumps to a completely new set of messages.
Maybe that's what's happening. I'm just not aware of it because I'm taking my eyes off of it. Well, good morning, Father Fish. How are you doing? Jess is out with some family personal issues today, so Stephen and I are going to hold down the fort for her. So if anybody's wondering, we have not kidnapped her or anything. But she could probably use a couple of days rest.
Yeah, I know. It's a shame that she's not using it to just chill. She's got to take care of stuff. And possibly tomorrow, she mentioned, we'll just see what's going on after today.
We've got to roll with it. And good morning, Shanna Banana.
Yeah, Shanna was up late as well.
Are you working today, Shanna?
Driving the forklift and texting.
Let's see. See if you can see these pretty things in this tank. I'm backwards, so look at that. Oh, look at that. That pretty piece of Vallisneria. Look at that deck.
I'm glad it survived the trip.
And then you've got, I'm kind of using them as a frame. But look how you can't really see, but how the light hits that.
Yeah, I like the little ruffles they have in them too. And depending on the strength of your light, as the tips get closer to the light, they'll start turning a like blush rouge type of color, like not totally red, but it's like the rubra variety of that particular val. It's a Vallisneria gigantea rubra variety. So I've got strong light in my tank, so like the tips turn red or rouge color.
I probably do not run mine long enough, but I have that Blue Ball 3.0 but I probably don't leave it on long enough because I had the black-beard algae, so I toned it down until I got to the point I don't have the black-beard algae, and I haven't changed it since it's worked for me.
Yep.
And we have the scouse scaper coming from across the pond.
Welcome. All right, Miss Mercer.
That live in Liverpool.
See you later. Oh, Scouse people are Liverpool people?
Yeah. You explain what it meant. But you be careful out there, Miss Mercer. But yes, I was very excited to see. I actually cut off this much probably off the top.
Yeah, that's one good thing about that valve. Like certain valves, if you trim it, the whole leaf will melt away. But I trim that stuff all the time. Otherwise, it would take over my tank completely. Like it just grows and grows. Some of it is like gotten as long as 5 feet before I trimmed it. That's because I neglected it. I don't know how long it would get. I guess as long as it can be with the nutrients and light.
3 feet when you sent it. This one, yeah. Because when I pulled it up, I was like, look at this, look at this. This is so pretty.
Yeah.
Good morning, Glitch Aquatics. How are you doing this morning? I know you were up late last night. I don't know how they do it. When I was younger, I could do it too.
I mean, I can do the staying up late. It's just the getting up in the morning is the problem.
Yeah. I'm a night owl too. You know, so this morning stuff is for the birds. And that's why I'm retired. And it's like I can't sleep in on my retirement because of the school.
You know what's crazy? Degenerate Fish Keeper just came in the chat, but he was up with them like
I know. I saw him out
1 o'clock in the morning his time, and then he's got to get up at some ungodly hour. He must have gotten like 3 or 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, that's unusual for him. Usually he goes to bed at 7:30. And Miss Sherry says she loves the mush pit behind you. He's no longer a night owl. No, sometimes it just don't work that way. Now, when I had to get up at 3:30 to go to work at the prison, I had to go to bed earlier, and it's like it's hard to make yourself do that if you don't really want to.
Yeah, there was a summer I worked where my dad worked at the Exxon refinery for a construction contractor, and we carpooled to work every morning, and that means I had to get up at 4:30 in the morning and then work a 10-hour shift in the summer heat and then come home. And I had a newfound appreciation for the work he's done for the last 30, 40 years trying to raise us, and support the family like that, because you don't really have a life when you do that. You get home and you're just beat. Like, what else are you going to do besides eat dinner and fall asleep in front of the TV?
Well, just think if you were a single parent, you had to pick up your kids and do all that homework and baths and feeding them and all that kind of good stuff. Because I'd get up at 3:30 in the morning, leave here at 4:30, ride for an hour to get there at 5:30. And if I was lucky, I got off at 6 p.m. the next day. If I had to stay, it was 10 o'clock before they would let you go, and then another hour ride home. And then you still have to get ready for the next day that starts at 3:30, where you're getting home at 11. You've got to have a shower. You've got to feed your animals, kids. I just had animals to take care of, but maybe some laundry, whatever, and then try to get 2 or 3 hours sleep. And the prison is not where you need to be working around in a fog.
Yeah.
And good morning, Skipper.
Skipper coming through on Facebook.
Yeah. He's at work this week. If not, he would be right here to help us. Oops, I just did something. Okay.
Thomas Hines said, try working at Lego third shift. Horrible. Lego, like the bricks? Lego bricks? That sounds fun. I'm sure it's not, though.
Well, I did have to work the night shift for a while, which you got up at 3:30 in the afternoon to do the same thing. Except I can't sleep during the day. It's hard. And I'd spend all day long trying to go to sleep. It's like, please go to sleep. Please, I need to go to sleep. And it sucked.
Yeah. If I know that I have to wake up early the next day and need to go to bed early, that's whenever I can't sleep.
Now, see, in the wintertime, I could do it because we would get home before the sun came up. Because you went to work in the sunshine, but you came back in the dark the next morning. And if I could get in that house and get in that bed before the sun cracked through the blinds or whatever, I could go to sleep. But if I had to do something before I could go to sleep, it'd be like 1 o'clock. I still haven't gone to sleep. It's like, man, I got to get up in 2.5 hours. It was rough. They're very unhealthy. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do if you want that paycheck.
Yep.
I reap the benefits of it now, but I'm telling you, 30 years was a long time to get them.
Yeah, I remember in college, both me and Jenna were working nearly full time, and as a full time student, like just to pay our way through college. I mean, she had a scholarship for most of it, but of course, for her master's degree, we got a loan. She had to pay for all that. She was working full time, and our last year of college, or my last year, her last 2 years, we lived together, and there would be times where we wake up at 5 or 6 in the morning, and we wouldn't see each other until 11 o'clock that night, where we would just be crashing.
Right.
We did that for quite a while. But yeah, I mean, it's just what you got to do. When you're young, you can do it, and that's the time you need to do it.
But you can't do it later.
No, you cannot.
Sherry says, was there something on this weekend that wasn't anyone streaming? I don't know what happened, Sherry, because there was lots of streams. But,
So,
go ahead.
Science Gal didn't go. I'm not sure if anyone else canceled.
Not that I'm aware of.
No.
But you can also go to fishfam.link and pull up the calendar, and it will show you everybody that's scheduled for a stream.
Yep. Very
handy
handy
Miss Lori
calendar.
In here this morning? I have not seen Lori.
What? Where is? Nope, I do not see Lori at all.
I am not a mod, so I can't post anything. Do we have a mod in here?
Yeah, I don't know. You can't see who's a mod on StreamYard. It's annoying.
Oh, okay. That's why.
Yeah, everyone looks the same on StreamYard, except for members.
Anyway, Sherry, is this what you... Go on to that.
Lots of...
So I can't see who you are. So if you're a mod, if you could post that link for her. But it will help you. Now, it does not post the random pop-up streams, but if you've added yourself through Liquid Zoo, he will put you on there and all your information's on there. And
yep. And for the pop-ups, you can kind of you can go to the live tab on fishfam.link, and you can see who's live at the moment. Like, it'll populate that. Is your like Alexa or Google or something going off?
Yeah. She keeps us on schedule.
Oh, okay.
Tells us when to go to lunch, when she's got to be back in class, all that good stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice.
And I'm going to try to do something. So if I knock myself out, that's what's happening. I'm going to try to share that Fish Family link.
Okay.
So
well,
buckle up, y'all.
Well, they said there's a lot of mods in here. So if we could get a mod to just drop the fishfam.link URL, that would be good.
Yeah, we actually did have some pretty good streams. I hate to rub it in, Sherry, but
you just missed them all.
And of course, my co-host, had a fantastic stream.
Yep, we stream every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 Central, for 2 hours. The Stephen P. and Jenna P. show, where we talk about whatever. There's Like I might put a topic on the thumbnail, but it doesn't really have to be that topic.
That's true. It changes, it's one of the
Mhm.
things that happens.
But I had plants on my mind this weekend and algae and things like that. So I answered a lot of plant questions.
Yeah, I got my notebook out and everything, and I wrote plants, Stephen P.
Mhm.
And then it went from somewhere else. So,
Hopefully, it was informative.
it was. It just, I thought it was going to be like school, but we ended up having a good time. And what you did talk about was kind of stuff that I knew, so I didn't have to write it down.
Hmm.
So I'm always writing. I know
Oh
the
yeah,
other day when y'all were talking about the KH, what does it stand for and all that, it's like I would have gotten that wrong on the test.
I have begun writing the outline and script for that video, KH versus GH, and its relationship to pH and CO2 and all those things, and buffering capacity. Just because, like, the topic's been coming up a lot lately, and 90% of the time, it's wrong when people talk about it. And it's not their fault, because if you have normal water, you don't really need to worry about that stuff. It's only when you have wacky water that you need to pay attention to that, or or if you're using RO water, you want to be able to pay attention to the minerals that you're adding. But even then, with
It's
RO
true.
water, you kind of add both at the same time. Like in the wild, it would be very similar.
And look what I pulled up.
What is that?
Beginners.
What do you need to know about water chemistry and why?
Because I
Nice.
told you this was my New Year's resolution to learn my water parameters.
Awesome.
And so that's what I'm going to try to do. I still don't understand it, but um, each time I learn a little something different.
Yeah, like Two Cooley said, it is a hard thing to explain clearly. Yes, it is. Like I'm never going to be able to do an informative stream like a class lesson, because I can't organize my thoughts that way and present it live. That's why I do edited content, so that I can get everything organized, record the script, and then re-record it, because I like decide, no, that's not right. It's not organized well enough. And then I can get through the several drafts of it before I'm ready to present it.
But I like the way you do the stuff on the cuff too, because you'll start talking and then you'll say, "Well, let me back up," because that's what the way it is for most of us.
Hmm.
If you don't back up, most of us are, all right, you just lost me here because I don't really know what we're talking about, so I can't absorb it because I don't know what it leads back to. And when you do that, it's like, oh, okay.
Mm. Yeah.
Um,
I always feel
Money Viper.
scattered when I'm trying to explain something. Oh, Money Viper, yes, she wants a link to that water chemistry
And
page.
I did save that. Let's see, how did I save that?
Share the knowledge.
I need to make a separate tab for fishy stuff. How would I have done this? Yeah, I'm learning by the seat of my pants, y'all. See, that's just how it is.
You're doing
Oh,
great. We're
there he
doing
is.
great.
There we are, right there. And this came, it looks like from Duke, Duke University, I'm thinking.
Cool.
And that's in my state. Let's see if it'll let me post this one.
Got it.
Did it
Nice.
go? Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's me. That's not Jess. Well, I did it twice.
Mhm.
Yeah. I worked really hard at that. But I don't know if it's very valid, but I'm assuming it's going to be. I haven't had a
Um,
chance to actually read it.
I'm sure
This is
it's
on the
not like
test.
aquarium focused either. It's just about general water chemistry. So it'll be unbiased. Because when
Okay.
the problem with aquariums is because like people don't really delve into the actual chemistry of it. When they say hard water, it's because they heard someone else say hard water. So when you say cichlids like hard water,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not as simple as that, because cichlids like high KH and high GH as well. Whereas when you say a plant needs soft water, it has nothing to do with GH. It has everything to do with KH. And it's kind of misleading because high KH is not really hard water. And that's just me
True.
thinking out loud for this video, because there's so
Yeah.
much to say about it. Because like I don't want to get too in the weeds, because like I started going down the rabbit hole of like, why doesn't CO2 affect KH whenever it lowers the pH of water? Because you think lower KH means lower pH, but it's different with carbon dioxide.
Yeah. Well, Eduardo explained hard water perfectly because that's
That's
true.
some hard
100% of the
water.
time.
That's very hard
100% of the
water.
time. Yeah. And there is our lovely lady, Miss Lori, Monster Fish Gal.
Ah, okay. Now I feel
There
better.
she is. We were worried about you, Miss Lori.
Hmm.
We're so used to you being here. And that's funny how when you don't see somebody, you're like, uh-oh, is she okay? And Nola's Dolls and Aquatics, good morning. And did anybody have any questions that you'd like to ask Steve? Not for me, because I've got my beginner page, but is there a particular question somebody might want to ask Steven about some watery stuff?
And Papa Shrimp says we need to do a video about soft water, hard water versus alkaline, acidic water. Yep. And then another weird thing is like CO2 can affect the pH of a water without affecting the alkalinity of water, which you think, how is that possible? And it's just the fact that KH measures alkalinity. Doesn't measure whether it's an acid or a base, or acidic or alkaline, but it's the alkalinity, aka the amount of buffer. And then I started reading about all those buffering like products you can buy, like discus buffer, and how that's not actually KH. That is phosphate. That's a phosphate buffer. And so it reacts differently. And so you can't really associate that with your CO2 level.
Oh yeah, see,
Crazy.
This is like college course there for me.
Yeah, and I'm not a chemist, so like trying to explain that stuff in layman's terms when I barely understand it in a lot of sense. So Eduardo says, looks like plants are coming today. Just got a notice from USPS services. Cool. I hope they're all right. It's kind of cold, so some of those plants will be fine. Other ones may be a little stressed. I would say for everyone who's getting plants from me, just put them in your water, land them in the substrate, and then just leave them alone. And, they might melt back, recover or not. Good morning,
my heat pack
Rocco.
worked for several hours after I took it out of the box, so everything stayed good. And I guess for us on this side, because it hasn't been super duper cold.
And I sent you a heat pack because I also sent you fish, but for the plants, I didn't use heat packs in those.
That's true. I forgot about that.
So Rocco came in here. Rocco, I hope you're doing better. Says you're doing okay. I hope that nerve pain is subsiding a little bit.
And Beck's Fish Room had a question for you, Steve. She's talking to you, not me. I'm sure. It says hard water can mean several different things depending on context. It's all about context. I feel like acidity versus alkalinity, mineral hardness, carbonate hardness. Am I on the right track?
Yep, that is correct. And that's why I think carbonate hardness is misleading, because it's not really, when you think, when I think of water hardness, I think of minerals, and carbonate is not minerals. It's kind of, I don't know. It's carbon and oxygen. I think it's like CO3 with 2 negative ions or something like that. But again, like, oh hey, Rocker wants the link. If you got it, he can
I
hop up.
I don't know how to send it to him.
Oh, I got it then.
Okay,
Wait, can I? No, actually, no, I can't.
I'm gonna try. So it might take me a second, Rocco.
So there's a tool down there. It should say like invite or something like that,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and then you should be able to copy the link.
And then email it to him.
Yeah, just message it
Okay.
to him or
Okay.
some.
And Sherry asked a question in there too.
She was asking whether I specialize in other fish. And I mean, this is my guppy tank. I also have a 10-gallon that currently has guppies, but everything else that I have is communities. So I do have a few bettas, but I have a lot of rainbow fish, pseudomagills, tetra, barbs, a ton of plecos. Like I just a little bit of everything that goes well in a community. I haven't ventured into the monster fish or African cichlids.
I think I sent it, Rocco. Good luck there. And Sherry, you also want to know, do fish acclimatize to any water condition they're put in?
I can't definitively say yes to that, but I would say that if we're talking about pH, generally yes. They may not breed in a specific pH, but stable pH, in my experience, has been more important than like making sure that you match the water parameters of them in the wild. I mean, for example, angelfish, they in the Amazon River, the Amazon tributaries, you think it's like mineral hardness is kind of medium, okay, but then like the alkalinity is none because all of the plant matter and botanicals and all that crap and wood that's in the river has lowered the KH and the pH. But I keep an angelfish in alkalinity of 7 degrees carbonate hardness, so and it's fine. I haven't tried to breed them though.
Well, I picked up some angelfish and seeing how they're going to do it in my water. But we'll see. So far, they're doing okay. They've been in there 3 or 4 days. And good morning, Green Machine Sweden. How are you this morning?
Yeah. Yeah, so Thomas Hines, pH is the potential of hydrogen ions. It's hydronium ions that determine pH. So like the presence of hydronium ions, more hydronium ions there are, the lower the pH. So which is why when you introduce carbon dioxide into water, the carbon dioxide bonds with water and forms carbonic acid, which then releases hydronium ions.
And of course, we have Eduardo keeping me on point. And did this page share?
Oh, what song are we gonna play?
Oh, he's asking if we have any news. So I'm gonna run through a little bit of news that I found real quick before we do the song. You can pick the song. This is your button on the song. But they have said, can y'all see this page? Because I can't see what you're seeing.
It's just us right now. You have to, when you share it, you have to like add it to the.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Share. Share screen. That do it?
Yep.
Okay. They said they have found 6 new catfish species, facial tentacles and all.
Nice.
And while they only have 2 pictures, but you can see exactly what they look like. They're part of the Ancestris genus. And they were once plentiful, but of course now they're rare because of the agricultural expansion, deforestation, and gold mining. These are in the Amazon and I guess Orinoco rivers. And Zootaxa has published a study on this. So you can go there if you want some more information.
Ooh, that's a cool looking one down there.
Yeah, isn't that?
Uh-huh.
And what it says in this one is the idea is that a female fish sees a male with long tentacles, and that signifies to her that he's a good father who's able to produce offspring and protect them. So how about that? Maybe these long beards, maybe people are trying to show, hey, I'm a good daddy. And this new species down here is the Patronus. It gets its name from the Latin word for protector, in reference to the male's peregrine scales. But I mean, it's kind of cool looking. And these are like bristlenose size, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell with the frame of reference, but
Yeah, I was reading an article, but I will share this link. But they're pretty cool, and there's 6 of them. This is just 2 of the 6. But they're very similar to what we see.
Can you see Rocco backstage?
Not yet. I'm gonna have to copy this link and come back because I only have one screen.
Oh,
So right now it's all about fishes, and now there it is. Let me take. How about taking mine? Stop screen. Is that what I do? Stop screen to stop my page.
Yeah.
Okay. And right there. Look at there. Bam, bam,
Hey.
bam.
Good
How's
morning.
everybody?
Doing good.
Fine. How are you?
Man, I'm here to tell you, it's one of them days.
I hear you.
I'm actually, I got up. I felt good. I didn't even bother to do my mustache or nothing today, if you can tell. I didn't do anything with my mustache or anything. I apologize for looking so raggedy. But I had to come up and say hi. Yeah, right. I had to come up and say hi to everybody.
Yep.
See how everybody's doing. Got some decent pain today. It's not horrible, so I had to come and say hi.
Well, that's good.
Well, that's good.
You're
Glad to see you up here.
Having more better days than bad days now, or
Yeah. It seems like it's getting there. Like if I walk, I don't know, say I could probably walk like 30 steps without using my cane. So it's getting better. It's getting better, but like I said, it hurts like crazy. But it, you know, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. That's all there is to it. It's gonna hurt. So, but when I was at the doctor the other day, he gave me a little bit of tidbit of information that I was like, whoa, okay. But I don't know. Some of you might not know that I have my own webpage now. It's roccosfishroom.com. And I do like a little blog on there every once in a while. And it shows a picture of the x-ray of the hardware that used to be in my leg, the stuff they removed. Well, there you can see there's a pin that goes across, like there's a big long rod that goes this way. And then there's a pin that went across my knee this way. Well, when they do the knee replacement, they shave off part of your femur. They shave off part of your femur and part of is it the tibia or the fibia? Anyway, one of those two bones, they shave it off. Well, when they did the femur, that made that real thin through there. So I have to be really, really careful because if not, that whole bone will like this. So I have to really, Cat, what are you doing? But I have to be really careful. I can't really step hard or anything like that. So I have to use the cane more than I want to. Yeah, there you go. It's that one right there, that big one that goes across right there. That thing was it's actually about the size of almost the size of a nickel round. It doesn't look like it in the picture, but
those are slinky down there too.
Those are staples, and then you see the staples on the other side over there too. That was like right after they did it, yeah. But you can see where it was still broke, where that little arrow's at. You can see where it was still kind of broke a little bit right there.
Oh,
that would make a cool tattoo.
You know what that looks? You know what that looks like? It looks like one of those door stopper things.
Yeah.
It looks to me like an upside down hammer pick thing.
Right. But that long rod right there, the long one, that went almost all the way up to my hip almost. I mean, it was like we're talking maybe an inch from my hip.
God.
So that whole what's in there now is all that rod, those two rods are completely gone and it's all hollow in there now. So I got to be kind of kind of careful, and that's kind of why I'm having a lot more pain than like a normal knee replacement, because that all this is still healing up too now. So it was brutal. It was brutal. It was a lot more brutal than I thought. Because I had thought how it went, and then when I went and talked to the doctor last week, it's like, oh crap, really? It was like that?
Well, because you prepare yourself for the knee replacement surgery.
Right,
and what's going to
right.
come of that. But you basically had two complete different things done together.
Yeah, exactly. I had two procedures done at once, and I was in there for almost 5 hours. It was crazy.
That is.
And so this is from 5 years ago?
Yeah, almost 6 years ago. Yeah, almost 6 years.
Let's see. Is that
there it is right there. So I guess it is 5 years. Yep.
Yeah, almost 5 years to the day. Wow.
Yep.
Is that when you've gotten your motorcycle wreck?
Actually, I got my motorcycle wreck in April of 2016.
Okay. So that's from that wreck. That's what caused.
Yeah.
So, and then
if you look on that femur bone right there, if you look on the left hand side, you see little dark dashes in there, like dash marks on the side. There used to be a plate right there. The second surgery they did, they put a plate in. They screwed it in all the way across. There were screws that went all the way across that femur bone. Well, what happened when I started doing therapy, if you look on that little rod, the small rod that goes across there, you see how it's got like the little round end right there?
Right here.
There's a band that runs from your knee all the way up to your hip. It's called an IT band. Well, what happened was that rod, that plate they put in there, every time I would bend my leg like this, that thing would flip. It would roll over that plate, and it would hurt like crazy. And they had me on a machine doing squats, and it would it would hurt like crazy, but I kept doing it, and my leg started swelling up in therapy, and this lady came in. She's like the head lady of the physical therapy at that hospital. And she lays me on my back. She puts flicks my feet so my feet are almost touching my butt, right? She grabs my leg, my good one, like right below my knee, and starts kind of pulling on it. And then she grabs the other one, and it's like, she's like, oh no, you're done. So everything in there was like just jacked. So they had to do another surgery, fix all the ACL, LCA, all that stuff. Had to fix that, and then put the rod in there too. So yeah, I laid in the hospital 2 days, crying basically. I'm not even gonna lie.
We saw some of them. I don't know if you remember it, but you did go post some videos. Yeah, but, it's terrible.
It's cool, man. I'll be honest. I'm super, super happy that the VA did the surgery this time for me. And, because I can stand up now and I don't have the pain that I had before, which is a good thing. So when all this pain that I have now goes away, I should be pretty much pain-free in my leg.
Nice.
That's awesome.
But the bad thing is it's probably going to take, what they're telling me is that you're probably going to be in pain for at least 8 weeks, and then you're going to.
How many weeks has it been now?
Going on 4.
Yeah.
Going on 4.
Okay. Halfway there.
Halfway, you're on the countdown now. Everything's
white chipmunk, so that I
like
check my
roses
emails
from
more
here on
often. I will.
Let me say a few hellos for people that have snuck in.
Sure. Yeah, let me go get me some water real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
She came in. I did see Paul Sotero, and I have a picture of your fish, Paul Sotero. Good morning. We have Debbie Russell. Good morning. Mach 389. Good morning.
Okay.
And Janice White Chipmunks. Good morning to you.
Good morning. We said hi to Thunder Aquatics.
I may not have. I'm sorry. Good morning, Thunder Aquatics. I love that song. I love that name too, Thunder.
Yeah.
Fish dreams, sending him healing.
Mhm.
So, but anyways, it is at the, we're a little bit past the top of the hour. Do you have a song for us?
I do now, because I'm not totally clear on the like which ones are copyrighted and not. Jess told me that all of mine were not copyrighted, so we're gonna play. We're gonna play one of mine, which I hate to like play my own song, but just so she didn't have to go back and edit it out. And then she said at the end we can play whatever. So we'll see.
Good morning, Matt Liquid Zoo, OnlyFans. And Sherry,
So,
that is the creator of the Fish Fam Link content or calendar.
indeed.
So I take it we have to mute and
Yeah. Okay. Share system audio. I don't do this often, so hopefully it doesn't sound terrible whenever I do. But here we go.
oops.
There we go. All right.
Do I have to push the buttons?
No, I got it. And then I think we're all supposed to mute, or maybe just me. We'll see.
When a dog needs a loving home, take it to a shelter. But what do you do with a fish that's only into murder? Florida man will take the fish off your hands. Florida man, the one who understands you gotta change your plans. Call Florida man, cigarette in hand. He's got a fishy wonderland. Drive 300 miles to rescue a catfish, but he would rather help you get your own tank established. Florida man, 3,000 gallons in. He doesn't have unlimited space for fish. Florida man got a net in his hand. Florida man and Father Fish is also there. Who's gonna step up and help Florida man now? We need a rescue to rescue Florida fish. Rescue. Florida man needs a helping hand. There's a change in plans for his fishy wonderland. Florida man digging in the sand. Florida man is reaching out to the fishy fam. Florida man will take the fish off your hands. Florida man, the one who understands. Florida man needs a helping hand. There's a change in plans for his fishy wonderland. And he'll even take your goddamn feet to goldfish.
does she do this?
There we go.
Okay. That's awesome. And I guess if people don't understand the reference to some of the descriptive words about the goldfish.
The feeder goldfish.
Yeah. Yeah. If you've been around in the streams, you kind of understand how that probably worked its way in there. Am I correct?
Well, I did the song in like a day and a half for his 24-hour stream. And so
Yeah,
I was
really
just
cool.
asking him random questions like, what is the stupidest POS fish that you've rescued? And so he said he's got some glowfish and he's got feeder goldfish, and feeder goldfish won. Because I knew in the beginning I was going to put that line in there.
That was awesome. I bought one of those shirts. I rescued the rescue. I helped rescue the rescue. That was cool.
Did somebody post the Amazon link, his Amazon wish list, or what he calls it, his needs list, because it's a bunch of stuff that he absolutely needs to, let's see, here we go. I found it. Now I can paste it. Oh, good Lord. Hold on. There's a redirect link I need to fix.
Yes, Eduardo, he did that. He did it very quickly. And they had a 24-hour stream, Florida Fish Rescue did, and raised funds to try to help move.
Yeah, when they found out they're losing their home, and then they very quickly had to find new property over the summer.
And Rocco designed a shirt right on the fly, right in front of us, basically.
Yeah.
During his mic stream, and did a shirt, so we bought shirts, and he put all the profits towards them. Didn't keep any money for himself, so that was real cool.
Right. All right.
And now I'm seeing. Are you ready for that next thing you got up, or are you still working on it?
Hold on, I was trying to find a better, like I tried to paste an Amazon link and it didn't come out like I was wanting it to, so I'm trying again.
But those shirts are still available on Rocco's Teespring, correct?
Are they, Rocco? Yep.
They should be. Let me double check. Okay.
He made two of them. One was about kicking him, and the other was helping the rescue. That was fun.
Teespring.
So I think he owes it to me to come to Aquashella, Orlando, so I can get my dibs on that promise he made.
Yep.
That was fun. I don't know how they managed it. 24 hours. He did not take a nap.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah, he was there. I fell asleep. I was on there for a little bit, but definitely not the whole night. And I just saw Papa Shrimp is headed to hopefully his last cardiologist visit.
Cardiologist, yes.
Good luck, Papa Shrimp.
Go get him, Bandy. Go get him.
And it was a cool song, and y'all still understand how talented Stephen P is. I don't think we've even seen everything he can do.
Don't put that pressure on me.
Well, you'll come up with something new. I know you'll always step up your game because you have a super special video you have to make with some particular music.
No, they're not on the page anymore.
Oh, okay.
So let me see though, if I can.
Does that stuff just come down from time to time, or was it something you just set it up?
Yeah. So what I'll do, let's see.
Because I know you made me some shirts too. You designed them one morning on this show. I am not the grandma, because all the school teachers kept saying, "Oh, get grandma, get grandma." It's like, I'm not the grandma.
I'm not the
feel
damn grandma.
We couldn't put the words on it that I really wanted on it.
Yeah, right.
You know what? It got the point across though, because that one teacher quit saying, "Get your grandma to come and help you."
Mhm.
I
Way
didn't have
cool.
to keep, like shaking my head, like whatever. By any chance, did Jess send you Alex's link, Stephen?
She sure did. Is it that time?
It's getting
How's
close
Jess
to
doing
it.
anyway? Is she all right, or what's going on?
She is out on a personal matter with one of her children, and
Oh no. Okay. Well, I hope she's all right.
she didn't know if she would get back today or not, and maybe tomorrow. So we will just play it by the seat
Right
of our
on.
pants.
Right on.
Yeah.
Way cool.
Help her
All
out.
right. Here we go.
Yeah.
What the hell, over?
So I'm gonna reshare. Here we go.
Good morning, John Oliver.
Morning, John.
Yeah, there it is. Got it right here.
Okay.
Let's see. View relaunched.
Yes, if you want to help him out that way, other than his wish list.
Mm.
Well, I'll tell you what. I can make another one if we really need it. I can make another one.
Well, if
Thank you, Miss Debbie.
If you want it, just contact Rocco and he can work on that for you.
Yeah, if you want one, just hit me up at Rocco at roccosfishroom.com. I'll get that email and hook you right up.
Awesome.
Or you can get me a Valhalla Fish Room.
Okay, we are ready for Alex. Is this what I'm seeing?
Yep. I'm gonna mute and
Here we go with our rundown.
can you get rid of that message down, Debbie Russell's message, just so we can see everything? Thank you.
Hey everybody, it's Alexander Williamson here with The Secret History Living in Your Aquarium. Out here on another cold morning bringing you Fishery, news and history about fish. So today we have a new development. This article was published on January 6th in a oceanographic research and also in an acoustics and sound engineering research journal, and came out simultaneously. And what has happened is there is a researcher in Oregon who heads up a lab, and at the University of Oregon, they have gotten hydrophones, which are just microphones underwater, and they have manually listened to the sound of a damselfish for 400 or 500 times. And now damselfish underwater, specifically one of the species they were looking at that lives off the coast of Florida, it makes a clicking noise by clunking its teeth together in a little thud. And it can make quite a few different little noises, and it can do two together quickly, one slow one loud one quiet one, and they all make different frequency noises that when read out on a chart that shows the frequency, the time, and the volume, they can figure out then with 3 microphones, they can triangulate where it's coming from on a reef, and they can listen to what's being said. Now, we already talked about in the past how mormyrids make electrical signals. The males make sine curves, and then the females make the right angle looking curves when it's graphed out. But they have up to 30 words each, and or at least 30 different noises each is what I should say. And there's even one noise that means stop, guys, everyone stop. I've got something important to say. And everyone goes quiet for about 30 seconds. And then that same fish that made the signal to say, be quiet, in the mormyrid, which are the elephant nose fish and the baby whale fish, amongst others, those are African freshwater fish. Well, so we knew that, and that gave these researchers the idea a year later after that paper came out, well, what are the noises being made with these mouths? Is it like Morse code or something? And so they don't know what any of the noises mean necessarily, other than when they watch, sometimes they'll see certain ones are kind of associated with aggression and others with mating, and some with, when there's babies around, kind of rounding up the babies or telling them danger's around, just kind of a, hey, everybody listen up, there's danger on the reef. So the hope is to build a library of interpretations of those meanings. But right now, what they've done is they first did that for the one fish, and now they have 25 fish that make noises on the Florida, down in the Florida Keys, as well as in Australia. And they are able to actually record this and then graph out or map out on a computer where on the reef they were, what time they made the noise, and what the noises were. Later, they hope to reassign this with also video data and tracking tags and things like that, and be able to say, okay, a shark came through the reef at this time, or something that hunts those fish was here, or they were spawning doing this or that. And they hope to basically have a map of little text messages that pop up on the screen over a GIS or geographic, topographic map of the reef. So it's a really cool system, and we're finally starting to kind of unravel. For the longest time, we just didn't know what fish were saying. We didn't think they talked at all, honestly, other than maybe croaking catfish, croaking gouramis. But they are doing something. They're communicating something to one another, and it is not random, and now that's clear. So I just think that's rather interesting news, and it opens up the door for a whole lot more info. Plus, it helps identify fish that hide really well, because some of the fish that do this the most are ones that hide under the seafloor, because sound travels well in water. Well, it also, when the thuds, especially if they can make a loud thump or click with bone hitting bone, or grinding their teeth together, or whatever it may be, they're then able to make that sound carry without leaving the protection of their hiding spot. So we're really interested to find out what it is they're saying to each other and how complex that system is. And then mapping the behavior of other animals and even counting how many fish are present. So right now we're able to see that it's coming from here or there or wherever on the reef when there's 3 microphones, just like you can triangulate your location when you're navigating on the ocean or by stars or whatnot, GPS. But we're hoping to be able to differentiate the different nuances in their calls also for the individuals, or see if there are any. So we don't even know that much yet, but interesting stuff on the horizon. And I would just really be curious, what other ways do we have to track fish other than electronic signals, even geomagnetic fields around them? They can change those with electrical discharges like electric eels do. So it's interesting, and I just love to hear from folks, maybe from the morning show crew. What ways have we yet to think of? I mean, blowing bubbles, I don't know. What ways could fish be communicating that just aren't human ways of communicating, so we write it off? That's the thought for today. Back to you guys. Hey guys, it's Alexander Williamson here.
Interesting,
All
right?
right. Yeah. Fish talking about us. I
They
know.
have some things to talk about, especially the bedroom fish tank.
Oh, yeah. There's,
Like, he should get a cave. That's what's wrong with him. He didn't get a cave.
mine have seen some things. And then, yeah, like I got my rainbow fish
Oh,
in the
way
living
cool.
room. Nice.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
one of those too.
If you want to get one, that's what they look like. I'm sorry. Go ahead with your Stephen.
No, well, like what Eduardo was saying, like they grouped up in the tank together, whispering to each other, "Look at this fool. Is he ever going to feed us today?"
Right. Hey,
Yeah.
Here
dude,
they are
it's like
just laying
noon and I haven't
around.
been fed yet.
Yeah, get up. We want food.
Right. Get up, do something, dude. I can imagine what my fish think.
Yeah, because they do stare at you, so they make eye contact with you.
Right.
So maybe they are communicating.
I mean, I tell you what, in my opinion, I think a lot of fish that, at least some of the ones that I have a lot of personality.
Mhm.
Like even like my parrotfish. My parrotfish are like that, and I have a Texas cichlid up in here. He's somewhere up in there, and that one right there. But he's in there somewhere.
Oh, did y'all notice
think-
the cool video part up in the opening part where it showed a coffee cup with my logo on it?
I
Yeah.
did.
Well, guess who made that for me?
Who made that for you?
Mystery Snow Guardians.
Of course.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Yes.
Listen, that's awesome. I love that lady. She's a wonderful lady.
And I wasn't even asking her to do anything. I was just asking if I could share my other, like Dee Dee's Fin, that blue triangle thing that I have, my
Mhm.
avatar. I was just asking if I could, reference her, because maybe she didn't want it out there, and she gave me all of that too. And she just,
Yeah, she's awesome. She's awesome.
she's a sweet person.
And she's really talented too when it comes to
Yes.
doing like what do you call it, like your intros and stuff like that. Ow.
Yeah.
Like the intros and stuff. She's really good at it.
Well, basically,
Mhm.
I mean, she sent me 3 things back in like minutes.
Mhm.
I'm not talking days, I'm talking minutes. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Does she already have these things done, or can she do them that fast?
Yeah, once you get like templates and stuff set up for intros, you can then like insert people's logos and things like that.
Mhm.
So it sounds like she's a wizard with that stuff too.
And I don't know. I'd ask if Miss Lori could post Jess's link for her blue betta fish that she just recently did.
Is that the today's short?
Yeah. I don't really know how they do that, but I'm hoping she'll get to it. So if you don't know, Jess puts out a video on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And then on Fridays every week we have a drawing. This drawing is based off of those videos. You have to go in and click on them and put the comments. I love watching the Aquatic Morning Show. And then your entries are gathered. You may have 1, 2, or 3, depending on how many days you went in and hit the comment. And then on Fridays, we have a race of some sort, and the winner wins a keychain. But that winner each week also goes into the month-end contest pool. So at the end of and there's a keychain right there. So at the end of the month, there's 4 or 5, depending on the Fridays, there's 4 or 5 people that will be competing for the big prize. Now, this month, our end of month sponsor is Stephen P. And I don't know what he's sponsored or what their agreement is, but he's going to be the month-end sponsor this month. And Jess also does a T-shirt and some other stuff that she puts this package together. So, and Miss Lori has posted that link up there for everybody to go in and do your comments. So you have to do it to enter. And if you don't, then you won't get a chance at this. But it's fun. And I say, good morning, Lefty.
Morning, Lefty.
Glad you joined us. He would have been here, but he had to do school job work.
And just as Lefty school is opening back up, Jenna's school went virtual for.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, they said virtual just until Wednesday, which makes no sense because if people are out with the big C, then
That makes absolutely no sense.
yeah, it's going to be a little bit longer than 3 days.
Yeah. By any chance, did Jeff send you the upcoming events, or is that something that I do from here?
She sent me the upcoming events, and she sent me last minute one for something happening in Chicago. That's new, but let me see. Let's start with the sheets slides that she sent me.
This show would not go on without Miss Lori for sure.
Oh yeah.
Especially today. Eduardo says his school was out too.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Man, are they doing virtual or are they just canceling it? Because they like this thing with Jenna is like it's virtual. She still has to go to the school and teach virtually from the school. Just the kids aren't there. It doesn't make any
Right.
sense to me. She's got the technology to do it from here, and she did it.
Yeah, my girl did it for almost a whole school year last year. In
Good
this
morning,
chair
Jennifer.
right here.
So
yeah,
you're in your
Rocco,
classroom space.
The streaming.
I took it over.
Geek Boy said he saw something about 3,500 schools closed the first week of the year. That does not surprise me.
Yikes.
It sucks for
It was
parents.
almost 1,000 school teachers in San Antonio that are out right now. Before it was like 900, now it's like almost 1,000.
I don't know what the parents do that aren't prepared for this. Good morning, Jennifer Weaver. You're coming in the back door here at the tail end of the show. If anybody comes in after the halfway mark, coming in the tail end, I think is how she says.
Tail end. Okay.
Yeah.
Morning.
We're
show.
saying back door, but we changed it.
I would say up the rear, but you know.
Well, we did that
But
too.
you know,
We were having fun with that.
Yeah.
We just shut us down. You know how she is. She put a swift kick. Got us straightened up here.
Morning show.
But,
Yep.
you know,
All right, so I shared my screen again.
okay, so I'm going
Yes.
to add.
All right. Fishy events. So the first one we have coming up, that is this weekend. The Aquafest happening in Slidell, Louisiana, January 15th and 16th. And I know I'll be there either both days or just Sunday. Jenna can't be there on Saturday, so it's still kind of up in the air about what's going on with that. But I will be there this weekend. And so will Jess, and so will Joe, and I think 3G is going. I don't remember who else Jess said was going to be there. But it'll be my first time going to one of these in Louisiana for sure. So should be fun. What's next? A tropical fish swap meet with over 100 vendors Sunday, January 23rd, 2022, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Hilton Northbrook in Northbrook, Illinois. So I will not be going to that one. Don't know about y'all.
I'm sure Terry will, and Jellyfish.
Oh, yeah. Aquashella. Orlando happening, man, in a month? A month and, a couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's fast.
February 26th and 27th. And then Dallas, August 6th and 7th. And Chicago, October 8th and 9th. And unfortunately, I don't think I'll be going to any of those due to upcoming Disney trip. And then the fish event that I've picked for this year is Triple Crown. Just because it seems like I'll be able to see the most fish fan people at that one. Wait, is this a different one? March 6th. Okay. Another tropical fish. Yeah, so Northbrook swap meet happening again March 6, 2022, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Same place. Well, that's not fair.
Yeah, I think that one's a club, actually. A club doing that, I think.
Yeah, they have lots of those.
And what is this? Northbrook, Illinois. You're just having all the events. Dave Schumacher, davesfish.com. GCCA meeting on Sunday, March 13th. Cyprichromis and Paracyprichromis. Again, same place, same city, all that stuff.
davesfish.com. That's kind of cool to watch his stuff.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Look at his assassin snail one. You won't have one after that.
Mm-hmm. Aquarium Club of Lancaster County Freshwater Swap. Freshwater fish, animals, and plants only. No equipment, no marine livestock. Saturday, March 26, 2022, 11 to 3 at That Fish Place in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So, okay, you can get your own table for $10 for if you're a member and $15 if you're not. That's pretty good. Admission is $3.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
Man, never have anything like that around here.
I know, right? I know there was supposed to be
the one
something
to
going on
start
in
that.
San Antonio, but I don't know when it is.
Yeah, like we have the Southeastern Louisiana Aquarium Society, and that happens whenever they actually meet, which I can't even remember the last time they did. That happens like an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
Aquatic Expo 2022, April 2nd and 3rd, Atlanta, Georgia. And I don't know who's going to that because I won't be there. It looks like it'll be, I mean, it's in Atlanta, so it seems like it'd be pretty big.
Yeah, isn't that the one that James at Fish Room Feeder is part of organizing?
No, that's Aquaticon.
Okay.
And that's in Tennessee. So this is different. I don't know exactly what it's focused on.
I would assume saltwater. At least some, because I'm in that saltwater fishing on that band.
Yeah. All right. Reefapalooza in Orlando, 2022, April 23rd and 24th. For the reef people. And here we go. This is James' project here. This is Aquaticon in Knoxville, the Knoxville Expo Center, April 30th, 2022. The very first event. Inaugural event.
Way cool.
And I like the way they did their poster because you can see saltwater and freshwater fish, so you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish I could go to that. Sounds like it's gonna be pretty fun, but maybe next year, if it's a success, and I'm sure it will be, they'll do it again next year. Okay, what is this? New York 2022. Oh, this is also Reefapalooza. Okay, I believe. It's just the one that's happening in New York, 25th, 26th of June. And the Triple Crown with the 4 clubs and perhaps a 5th one. Or, however many clubs. July 27th.
Yeah, I'm coming.
July 27th through the 31st. And I will be there for most of it. I don't think
it's going to be a big time.
I know.
See about everything, right?
Live bears, cichlids, killifish, and rainbows. And I heard of a possible 5th one, but I don't know which club it is or if that is even happening for sure.
And I probably heard that in the same string because I believe there was 5 also for some reason.
Yep. So that will be fun. Reefapalooza. This is in Anaheim, California, August 13th through the 14th. Keystone Clash. This is the other one that Fish Fam is going to in droves. We're graduating to the 150,000 square foot Expo Hall for September 23rd through the 25th. That means we'll be overall about 3 times as large as you remember, with over 5 times the vendor space. Yeah, that's another one I totally regret missing. I was trying to go last year. Had to choose this year. Maybe next year will be the Keystone, the big trip.
Yeah, a Disney trip is pretty spectacular, especially for your children.
Yeah, gotta do that. One last big one while they're still fairly young, and I don't know if we'll be doing it every year from here on out. I mean, we certainly won't be if she wants to buy a house anytime soon.
Compromises.
Okay, this is Aquashella slide again, and that's it. Then there's the one last event that she sent me. So this is Aquatic Gardeners Association. Ooh, that sounds
fun.
cool. Yeah. September 29th through October 2nd, Aquatic Gardeners Association, Chicago, Illinois. So
There'll be some nice plants up there. Some good lectures.
Rare plants.
That would be fantastic to get to go to that. I know I won't, but that would be nice.
Well, what's up with Illinois having all this cool stuff?
Well, they have that fish club, and the one that Primetime Aquatics is part of.
Oh, yeah.
That's where Terry goes and gets his fish from Jason at that particular club. So, they have the hookups.
Nice.
Is that it for that one?
And that's all the events.
Cool. Thank you so much. Now, I don't know if I'm supposed to play any advertisement for the sponsor.
I don't know.
I do see the social media lady over here, and I'm assuming that that's the one she plays.
I know she does play that one.
So I'm going to throw that one out there real quick, and hopefully I'm not sharing family secrets because I did not preview. So buckle up, y'all. Here it comes.
Walk around.
Oh, that's just
Nope, it's just a picture.
Try to get up, walk around a bit.
Didn't work. And we are seeing Rocco's backside. But anyways, there's a lot of things for everybody to do. So it's growing, and it will continue to grow if people participate.
Indeed.
But we have Adele has come in. Good morning, Adele.
Morning, Adele and Jeremy.
She came in what'd you say? The tail end?
The tail end. That's the safe one, right?
Geek Boy. I think he was in earlier, but I might have missed him.
I was thinking, you know what? Those Chinese things you bought, those little Chinese meals you bought.
Are you talking to us, Rocco?
They were really good.
Nope, I don't think so.
How do I
don't know.
Rocco, you're still live, bud.
There you are.
We're hearing everything, Rocco.
Hey.
And
Y'all hear me talking? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's all right. No, he's
Talking about dinner and stuff.
We saw your backside and everything.
Yep.
And Jay McCoy said Gracie needs her hot dog. Well, maybe Jess will get this message.
It was good to see you walking around, though.
Yes. Texas
Well,
Fish
thank you.
Room. Good morning.
I thought I muted everything. Now I feel like a real idiot.
But you got to get back in the swing of things, you know.
Right.
It's been a while. You're
Back.
You sound great today. Your voice is picked right up back to more like the normal.
Well, I appreciate it.
voice.
Thank you. Well, I'll be honest with you. I owe a lot of my recovery to my better half. She waited on me like hand and foot, and today still right now she came home for her lunch, making me lunch. I'm like, do all that. I can do all that. I can do that. It's like, no. I'll get it. So she's amazing. She's nonstop trying to help me out all the time, and can't complain.
Yeah. That's what partnership is all about. You got to kick
I
the other
agree.
one when
I
they're
agree.
down.
Absolutely.
You got to have somebody who's willing to be in it with the hard times. It can't all be fun.
Right.
But I see we have Chevy Fish came in. Good morning, and we have Tinkerbell.
Did she? Hey.
Yeah. I mentioned her
y'all.
name a while ago. Did I conjure her up?
I guess.
Because
Maybe
I'm
so.
assuming she's going to go to
Thank
some
you,
of
Miss
those cool
Debbie.
fish swaps in her area.
Yeah.
Absolutely, my fish tanks. Absolutely. I agree.
Yes, Eduardo. Paul Sotero is my semi-neighbor. That was his fish. I sent the picture of the pretty angelfish. So he has some pretty tanks and stuff too. So we have covered our uncovering events. One thing we have not done is our rundown of the calendar of events. If you'd like to do it, or you want me to do it?
If you got it,
All right.
yeah, if you got it pulled up, just
I got her. And so for today, of course, Father Fish was on at 9 this morning. And at 1 o'clock today, we have Geek Out with Ed and Rico Stan. At 4 to 5, this is Eastern, we have Corvus Oskin. And at 6 to 9, we have Monday Music with Fantastic Freaks Austin. And then at 7, we have Ma Guppy. At the same time, we have Monday Mayhem with Mr. and Mrs. Metalhead. At 10 tonight, we have Down the Bayou with Chubbs. And also at 10 tonight, we have In the Hot Spot with Fishy Biz Aquatics. So there you have some streams to go to today.
So is Rico and Ed going to geek out today? I feel like they haven't geeked out in forever because either Ed was busy or not feeling well, or likewise for Rico, like their schedules haven't synced up. It's been a long time. See if Rico.
It has been a while.
Here.
It has been a while.
Let me see if I can pull up and verify that these are your fish, Paul, because he had several angels in the tank. But I'm believing.
Oh wow!
Oops, where am I at? This backwards thing is. Oh,
I saw him for a second. Yeah,
it's a video. Let me figure out how to do this. Stop. Are these yours, Paul?
Those are pretty.
Oh, were they yours? They are beautiful.
yeah.
And they're big.
Yeah, Paul Sotero says
That's
that's them.
Yeah. Well, next time you have some you need to let me know. Good morning, Chris.
Morning, Chris. Big J.
So, so there's lots of fish fans that have spectacular stock in their tanks. And Big J popped in. Big J, are you planning on going back to streaming anymore? Because I used to watch his streams while he cleaned his tanks.
I did too.
That was fun. You're just hanging out. You didn't have to necessarily stay right there at the screen, but
right.
It was fun to just a conversation.
Most definitely.
Yeah. And Tinkerbell, she's also popping in and out. Welcome her. And
thank you, Chevy.
She has some cool stuff. Very entertaining young lady. Met her through some of the catfish people that I pop in and out on their streams.
Gotta love them catfish now.
Oh yeah, I've learned a lot. And
that tank's got some. I got some Raphaels in there, and some bumblebee Asian catfish up there.
Cool. And Hi Fish Central, glad to see you come in. Yeah, see, we were supposed to be fishing on the bank somewhere, for retirement. And all this has changed the game, but I have learned some tricks from those guys about, how to keep your bait on your hook and all kinds of stuff. So I do learn a few little things. Things we need to get for the tackle box. So when we do get to go, we'll be a little bit better prepared for success. I grew up on the back of a commercial trawler. So we drug for shrimp, see? But when you pulled up the net, you had all these fish and soft crabs and hard crabs and eels and squid and everything. So we didn't have to go line fishing because, we took back then you didn't have all these restrictions and stuff. So we cleaned them on the boat, and we ate seafood all the time. We would beg for a pork chop or a chicken leg. Because it's like, can we have a hamburger?
Can we have some
we
burgers
were sick
or
of
something?
fried soft crabs and shrimp, oysters. It's like,
Man, I'd be all over that.
I know. I love seafood.
Now I know what I had. Back then
Right.
you eat it all the time. You don't.
No, I love seafood.
A good seafood restaurant, you're going to spend $40 a person.
Easy.
If you go into a sit-down type restaurant, I'm not talking about these little, fish and chips type places, and you can still get good seafood there too. But if you're gonna go sit down, you can figure at least $30 minimum.
Yeah.
And when we go down to Myrtle Beach, they have lots of calabash restaurants with all you can eat, crab legs and stuff. And it's, I think, like $40 per plate. I mean, per person. And you can eat as many places as you want, but say you're on a diet, you'll pay $40. You'll go get you some lettuce and tomatoes.
Right.
You got to prepare
what
for
fun
that
is
kind of
that?
stuff.
I miss that.
Chris, I had to do it.
Yeah. There was a place called Catfish Charlie around here, about an hour away from me. They used to have all you can eat fried catfish. That was my favorite seafood place because I love catfish.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, you just don't think too much about like what they are and where they come from, and then and what they eat.
But it's funny how flounder is one of my favorite fish.
Mm-hmm.
And it skins the bottom too,
Yep.
So
delicious bottom feeders.
So
well, hey, I'm here to tell you, if you're ever in my area, there's a place called Texas Crab Company. It's right here in my little town that I live in. And I'm here to tell you, me and my boy went in there for $25. Okay. $25. We had a plate. I swear to God, it was like a big tray. It's a big tray. And it was just mounded with shrimp and catfish, hush puppies. Just for the two of us, it was $25. All the sodas we could drink, but it was literally like a mound of food. We sat there for like 2 hours trying to eat it all, and we still couldn't eat it all.
We just recently had a takeout type restaurant closed down, and what it was an old, like a shrimp trawler, a big one.
Yeah.
And it was made to look like that was landed on the beached out. And of course they had added like a little captain's house or something, but they had the best seafood. And it was just you get them in those little cardboard trays and stuff.
Right.
And for less than $10, you had a really good seafood meal. But they just closed down this year. They just couldn't keep up anymore, and hated to see it go because it's been there as long as I can remember. So sad.
Chris says they got a place up there called Joe's Crab Shack. We got a couple of Joe's Crab Shacks down
We
here.
do.
Yeah, we have one too. Yep.
Ours are about like 45 minutes or so away down on the beach.
Oh, really?
I can be to a beach in 40, well, probably less than 40 minutes. I can be to several in an hour.
Right. It takes me about 2 hours, good 2 hours, maybe 3 hours to get down to Corpus.
I could be to the one off of the base faster, but you got to go through the gate and all that. But I could be to that real Onslow Beach very quickly. But,
well, ours is just by a strip mall. Nothing special.
Damn.
But build it, they will come. They will come. But guys, we have come up on our 2-hour mark.
Alrighty. So
it's good to know there, Paul Sotero in Wichita Falls Fish Keeper. Thank you for coming in. But you're at the tail end. We are fixing to leave, but do come back.
Yeah, make sure you come back and say
ideas. But Stephen is going to play us a song on the way out the door, and everybody have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming, and appreciate all the patience.
Right on.
With me,
Did you mention? Did you? thank our sponsors and everything already?
Joe's Shrimp Shack. I didn't get the commercial from Jess for that, so I wasn't sure we were supposed to play it. But
Gotcha.
Lori's been posting the discount link and all that, and the discount continues for the next 4 hours, I believe.
Yes.
At Joe's. So.
And I am a coffee cup sponsor. If anybody else would like to share in this coffee cup sponsors, Jess is still taking that too. And of course, it's the sponsor for the month.
Yep. So Jess said for the ending song, it doesn't matter if I play a different one that's like copyrighted because she can just cut it out. And so I wanted to play one that we have not heard in a little while. So I just shared it.
Right on.
All right. So, yep. Thank you, everybody. And
peace and love, everybody.
Possibly see
Get
y'all
a kid
tomorrow.
involved.
Indeed.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Oh, we gotta take that down. Sorry.
Snails. All I really want is snails. And in the morning it's snails. 'Cause in the evening it's snails. I like the way that they crawl. And it's cool to see them fall. And I can always see them flying from the sand to waterline. But you should know they like the pH of the egg, and they think zucchini's great. They like their water at 73, so they don't grow so hastily. High KH for the shell, and calcium trips to them well. Ammonia makes their foot swell. They also will eat wafers from carrot as a treat. Feed them bloodworms and red shrimp to keep their operculum pimp. They lay eggs on hood and lid, so make sure it tightly fits, or there will come a day where your snails have ran away.
Climbing up your tank to your dismay.
Snails you live flushes, snails you clean up algae, snails you clean up flora, snails another trip for snails. That's all I really want is snails. 200 at a time snails, with those shiny shell snails. I have to buy some more snails, 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 snails.
Yeah, I don't have a problem or anything.